Shout out to Neat Rap.
What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dray podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hoods Espn, Crystal Street's very own Dray. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Almost at 1,000. Like the video, share the video. Also hit that notification bell so that way, once the video is uploaded, you will get a notification. This video here, it's going to be a good one. For those that have been following the channel for a while, I've been able to network with other podcasters as well. So on this one here, I was able to connect with someone who I've actually been following on Facebook for a while now. And being that, the beauty of Facebook is you get to, connect with people from all across the country, across the world and whatnot. And this brother right to my right has a lot of dope content. I love his podcast. And as you can see from the title, the Hoods Espn meets Timeout Sports Podcast. So without further ado, I introduce y'all to my man, C Ruff. So what's going on?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing, man. I was off today, so I was like, I know you said that your available time is around 5 to 6:30. So I was like, all right, I'm off today. So let me at least hit you up and see if you want to link up on something real quick. So I'm glad that you said that you was down to do it. Because this was because checking your content out on your channel and then again seeing your stuff on Facebook, it's like, yeah, I gotta connect with this dude in some way, some shape or form. So once I found out what your availability was and I found out I was off today, I was like, all right, so let me hit him up and see if we can make this happen.
For sure. Appreciate you having me
first
on.
No doubt. Well, first off, before we get into the particulars, why don't you tell people about yourself, and then we'll get it going from there. I like to have my guests introduce themselves before we get started.
Yeah, so I'm a 2018 Winston-Salem State University graduate. Big sports fan. Love to work out in my free time. Like I said, sports, go to sporting events, watch it. That's pretty much me. Yeah, so been at this thing a long time. Started off on campus with the radio show with two other guys. And then one of them decided to branch out right around the time I was graduating. Then about a year or two after that, another one decided to branch out. So I was at a point where I had to say, okay, it started with 3 and now I said 1. Are you going to continue this thing or are you going to shut down? And for me, I said, man, I'm going to continue it and I'm going to see where I can build it to. So the Facebook account, it's been a slow but steady grind.
Right.
It had, I think about 6,000 followers in 2024. And then last year, though, 2025, it went from like 6,000 to about 35.
Nice.
So we was able to, have a big jump. And then, now it's at, I think, 52, almost 53,000. And so for me, it's just about building, sticking with it, man. It's not going to happen overnight. but you just got to stick with that content and do, if you enjoy it, keep on putting it out there. So that's me.
That's that's a Snapple top fact. I couldn't agree more. Because my podcast actually, like the way mine's formatted was, is like you. It was originally supposed to be a 3-man team, but unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts and then my schedule, it was very difficult for all three of us to align on the same accord. Like after a while, sitting in the studio and trying to collab, it wasn't going to work because you had two people on the morning shift and you had one person on the evening shift. The chemistry is not going to be there as much because all three of y'all is not in the lab together. And then on top of that, like 2018, I was going through some, you know, stuff or whatnot. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just find something to do to get my mind off of everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go on YouTube and just see how I could just start this podcast thing. And I came across a guy from Cali, and he was basically saying that how you could start your podcast just off your phone. Like he was like, you download some app called Anchor, and you could just download your stuff, download the app, and just start recording on your phone. So that's basically how this whole thing started. And I've
Right.
been going at it, and I've been going at it ever since. Like I want to say this is probably my second year on YouTube. Prior to that, it was just audio. But now, I'm in the YouTube space, and I'm kind of glad that I'm doing it now. But of course, I'm a little ticked off at myself for waiting too long. But the one thing about me is sometimes I tend to procrastinate, and sometimes I tend to doubt myself. And that was the curse of me taking too long. But I'm glad I'm doing it now because I'm getting I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly but surely. The motto is slow motion but in motion, so that's the way I take it.
Absolutely. As long as you're moving, you got a chance to get where you want to be. When you stop, it's a wrap.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. But before we even get into all of this, I gotta ask, us, young black men in this country, our mental health is very important. So before we even get started with that, that's the first question I gotta ask you. So how's your mental health going, my man? How's it going?
For me, man, I tell my mom this all the time. She asks the same question pretty frequently. How am I doing mentally? And for me, I'm always okay because I just don't get too high or too low. And I think that's my faith that allows me to, kind of look at it, the glass half full instead of half empty, even when life
Right,
is not necessarily good. So, I'm fine. Life has been having some challenges lately. Like you said, which, you were talking about your podcast and, procrastinating and kind of not being maybe necessarily where you want to be. That's to be transparent. Some of the things that's going on in my life overall is wondering when you're gonna get that big break.
right.
But so that's a part of the frustration right now. But like I said to you just now, I mean, I'm fine mentally because I believe that God's gonna give me everything that I want as long as I keep putting, my feet on the ground, keep going to work and attacking this thing every day. So
Amen. Amen. I hear that, brother. I hear that. Mine's, I would say mine's is good. Um, Dealing with some tad health issues, but other than that, I'm okay. Okay. I just found out that I have a small cyst in my left kidney. So soon I will be seeing my endocrinologist to see what approach we take from that. I'm almost certain he's going to require surgery. So the crazy thing is, ever since I found out about it, I've been trying to stay busy, just trying to stay busy to get my mind off of it, whether I'm at work, listening to a podcast or listening to music or just recording. I try to do something to stay busy to get my mind off of it. But eventually when I see him next week, we'll find out what approach to take from there. But the man upstairs, he got me. He got me. I'm sure he's gonna, guide me through this. So I'll just take it from there.
absolutely, you keep me posted. about how the information that you get, and I'll be, putting you in my prayers. Like you said, I believe it's gonna work out for your good. So it's gonna be all good.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Well, again, there was some breaking. I'm sure you've heard about it because again, watching your post, and one of the things I respect about you is your your love and appreciation for women's basketball. That was one of the things that made me grow a fun respect for you because there's people out there that claim they love women's sports, but in reality, they don't. And then you have a bunch of these idiots out there that, talk trash and always down talking women basketball. So to be able to come across somebody that loves it just like I do, I was like, I definitely want to, connect with him. So again, I'm almost certain you've had to hear the breaking news. Audie Crooks is entering the transfer portal. Did not expect that at all. So please let me know, what is your opinion on that? Please tell me what your take is with that because I would like to know.
For me, man, I don't know if I really even have a huge opinion. I mean, Audie is very talented. Um, she's eligible to go to the draft this year. She technically could have declared. But I think even with her talent level, I think there are certain parts of her game that she will benefit from staying another year, going somewhere else potentially, and trying to um, improve in certain areas. So for me, clearly she decided that she wants to go elsewhere for this final year. Um, Not really sure where she's going to end up. There was some speculation about their coach. Do they think their coach is retiring? Why is she wanting to move? And I'm not in those meetings. I'm not behind closed doors, so I don't know anything about that. But what I will say is that's a very talented young lady entering the portal, and it's going to be some school that is fortunate to get her. I could see, the LSU's, South Carolinas, Texas, all of those type schools, the big schools. I hope my Duke Blue Devils, I hope they try to get her, throw their
Oh,
name
you a
in the
Duke
ring.
fan? Okay.
I'm a Duke fan, yes. So
Okay.
it's gonna be interesting to see where she lands. This may get me in trouble in some people's eyes, but if I can say it when it comes to the men, I can say it when it comes to the women. I think that one more year would help her also with the conditioning, getting in the best shape, a little bit better shape for the next level. Um, because some would say, well, she's been successful in college, so she don't need to improve in that area. And my pushback is it's two different games, two different workloads. Some of those athletes in the W, they're different from the athletes in college. And so and also the question for me is, does she want to be a solid WNBA player or a great WNBA player? One that
Mm,
has a chance to really reach her potential.
mm.
So yeah, for me, I would like to see her get in a little bit better shape. But very talented young lady. And like I said, I think the sky's the limit. It's gonna be a great team. Somebody's gonna be better as a result of getting her in this transfer portal.
I'm almost certain that all of these coaches are licking their chops right now. And again, we got 4 teams right now in Phoenix waiting for that ball to go in the air tomorrow for the Final Four. I'm most certain all 4 of those coaches, they ain't going to say it out loud, but I'm almost certain they're looking forward to the opportunity to even meet up with her, probably have a conversation with her or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I love Audie Crooks. And again, I love the fact that you said if you can say it for the men, you can say it for the women, because I think the one thing that people like try to dog the men that talk sports is, oh, you too harsh on the women. No, we're not harsh on them. We just stating what it is. If we can do it for the guys, we can do it for the girls. As long as we keeping it within the hard top, the black top, as long as we keeping it within those realms, nobody is off limits. Now, when you start making it personal and body shaming people and calling this person a man and this, that, and the third. Now you're going too far. But as long as you keep it on the basketball court, as long as you're talking about their game, then I don't see anything wrong with speaking about them. And just like you said, her conditioning, I think like from now until the next season starts, whenever she makes a decision on where she goes, her conditioning is the main thing she got to work on. That's the main thing she got to work on. And her defense. Defense.
But this is the thing I want to say. Sorry to cut you off. A lot of people are talking about how her defense needs to improve, and that goes 50-50 with what I'm talking about. Because you got to realize this, in basketball, a lot of people put focus on offense. Some of the people are doing that, but like Luka, for example. I think some of the people put a lot of energy into offense because that's what makes the big dollars. That's what pays. But you got to be in a certain conditioning level to be able to do it on both sides. It takes a lot of effort and energy to be able to be, doing great on offense and defense. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Audie Crooks, like I said, very talented. But I think if she gets in a little bit better shape, she'll be able to be dominant on offense and at least good on defense. Because she'll be able to exude more. She'll be able to exude more energy on that side.
Couldn't agree more. Now my thing is, because like you said, you don't have a idea of where she could possibly go.
Yeah. And it's so new. It's so new, but it leaking today. Is the news coming out today. I hadn't even really, and I'm sure somebody's probably on Twitter or somewhere talking about, where they really think she may end up, but I hadn't done a dive into that. So we'll see.
I have.
Okay.
There's two schools in particular that I'm eyeing. And it's none of the teams that's in the Final Four right now. It's none of them. LSU and Notre Dame. Those are my two options. Now, after watching Hannah Hidalgo go ham this season and basically carry, because that's what she did. She carried Notre Dame to the Elite Eight. Obviously, has she had help? I mean, as a UConn fan, I still don't think she'd have beat them, but it would have been a little bit interesting. After seeing that, and now Audie Crooks possibly, well, ain't no possibly because it's already confirmed, being that she's in the transfer portal, don't be surprised if she don't make that move to Notre Dame. Don't be surprised if she don't go to South Bend. And Notre Dame, they actually got a nice class coming in. So then if you can add Audie Crooks to that, wow. Crazy.
Okay. So that's LSU and Notre Dame. Those two are the people you're looking at.
Those are my two options.
Okay.
Those are my two options. Now, here's the thing. This is the key. We just spoke about conditioning. If she was to go to Notre Dame, her conditioning is going to have to be top notch. It's going to have to be top notch. Because them girls run. And then
in certain schools, man, and even with the pros, the Heat, like Miami Heat, they always talk about you got to be in shape.
Right.
There's certain schools that that you're gonna have to have that conditioning and that endurance where it needs to be if you go in there. So maybe that'd be good for her.
I believe so. I have a dark horse. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I have a dark horse. USC. That's my dark horse. They just picked up the number one player in the country, Sanaya Hall, I think her name is. I was watching her, and I was at work a few days ago, and I was watching the McDonald's All-American game. You still got Jazzy, and then of course Juju coming back, and now you add Audie Crooks to that. If she chooses to go there, again, it's a dark horse. I don't think it, but I'm gonna leave that option out there anyway. I'm gonna just throw it in the air and see if it happens. But I think the two that I'm firmly on course with is LSU and Notre Dame, because I don't see her going to UConn. I don't see that happening. Texas is interesting. Texas could be interesting. I don't see her going to UCLA for what? Because a lot of those girls is getting ready. A lot of them is leaving. Like a lot of them is going to the WNBA. So why would you want to go there? And then South Carolina, I think the only player they're losing is Raven and Latson. You still got Joyce Edwards. Do you want to pair her up with Joyce Edwards? I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, I think the games are a little similar. Neither one is really, outside shooter like that. I mean,
Right.
I think they occupy the same space for the most part. That's in the paint. So nah, I don't really like that fit.
Yeah. I don't like it either. I don't. Yeah, I think the LSU and Notre Dame one. I think those two are the ones that make the most sense to me. I do
Yeah.
wish her the best, though. I definitely wish her the best. I've been a fan of hers for a while, and just just her story alone made me admire her even more. So I definitely wish her well, for sure. Speaking of the Final Four,
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a little, you know, I mean, I don't know if you're a fan of both Dukes or just
Both dudes. Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
and you took and they both lost to the Elite Eight. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
I feel for you. I actually feel your pain because for 2 straight years, I had the men winning the national title for this year and last year, and both years they choked it away, like literally choked it away. So, are you excited for the Final Four? Even though your squad is not there, are you excited for the Final Four for both of them? And if so, who do you have winning it all?
I want to ask you this: Is today
Talk to me
Friday?
tomorrow.
Okay, so that's your answer to whether I'm excited. The
Oh,
answer is
okay.
no. Today is not Friday, and no, I'm not excited. The men's
So
final four.
tomorrow so tomorrow you will be.
No, you're not getting my joke. It's a joke that I'm saying
Oh,
that today is not Friday, and no, I'm not excited. The answer was no.
oh,
I
okay,
will
okay, yeah,
not.
yeah. Brain
Yeah,
freeze
yeah,
on that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Brain freeze on that one.
Everything.
Brain freeze on that one.
That's a little comedy through this. But no, I'm not excited. I will not probably even be watching the men's final four. Um, it's
Hmm.
got a sports page, so maybe peek in there. If it's some content that needs to go up, real nice play, highlight play. But I'm just not
Right.
interested anymore. Really, really irritated in the men. The women, I'm not. I mean, I wanted them to win, but I expected them to lose, so it's different. Um, the men,
They almost had it though, man. They almost
it's
had it. They,
just
they
it's
had me
ridiculous.
surprised.
It's ridiculous. I wasn't
They,
surprised the way they because they're the better team, but it doesn't matter if you keep on choking away leads. And the
right.
thing for me is, people keep talking about, well, how long did it take Coach K to win? How long did it take Roy Williams and Dean Smith and this coach and that coach? It's like I was talking to my mom. What I'm trying to accomplish in my family when I do have one kids is for them not to have any struggles financially, for them to be able to do and live out their life the way they want to, stress free when it comes to that.
Right.
I will be the first to do that in my family. And that's most of us are. And that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Shire, John Shire coming after a legend by the name of Coach K, guess what that did for him? That made it easier for him the same way I'm talking about making it easier. When you get to come behind a legend like that, you get to learn from him, number one. And then number two, you have the name of Duke. Y'all able to get these recruits. You know, you just in a totally different position as a program as a result of you coming behind a Coach K. So I don't want to
Right.
hear about the comparisons and asking, well, how long did it take those guys versus, how long is it taking him? The bottom line is, am I saying John Shire is not a good coach? No, I mean, it'd be foolish to say that when you look at his record since he's been there. But at the end of the day, right now you're giving me James Harden as a coach.
Mm. Whoo. Oh.
Your best work is taking place
Oh.
when the money is not at the middle of the table.
Oh my God. Preach.
And that's a problem for me.
Preach.
That's a problem for me.
Preach.
Two straight years, you should have absolutely won those games. You had a 15-point lead against Houston. You had a 19-point lead against UConn, and you blew away both of them. I
Mm.
want to talk about this final play. What are
Talk.
you thinking on the final
Talk.
play? You had 10 seconds left on the clock. If you all don't know, you have 10 seconds to get the ball over half court. So what does that mean? That means that you didn't even have to get the ball over half court. The clock might would have expired. I don't know if if it's percentages, like by milliseconds or whatever. It may
Right.
would have expired with point 0.5 less, 0.5. But guess what? That's not enough time for them to do that, even if you do turn it over.
Damn
The
sure ain't.
bottom line is, and then my problem is it stems even before that. Why did you have Dame Sarr inbound the ball, one of your worst free throw shooters on the team? You had Dame inbound, you had Cam back there, and you had Caden back there. You had
Mm-hmm.
your 88% free throw shooter in Isaiah Evans on the opposite side of the court. That makes no sense. None. If your position is that we have to get this ball in, you're thinking that yes, they're going to have to end up fouling us. You should have had, first of all, you should have had probably Caleb Foster in because he's a veteran. He understands. He should have been the inbound, in my opinion. Then you have Isaiah Evans and you have Cameron Boozer as the two guys that's out there back there trying to get the ball. Isaiah Evans, the first guy, because he's the best shooter. And I think that ball absolutely gets into one of those guys. Isaiah Evans goes to the line. He probably makes both. He at least makes one. And it's just a different game. But I want to talk about that play because it's like, why do you think they were in such a frantic position? Why they didn't know what they were doing? Because you got, like I said, you got a guy inbounding the ball who knows he's a terrible free throw shooter. You think he's not thinking about that? Oh man, I got to throw this in. I don't want him to throw it back to me because I'm gonna probably miss one of these or both of these. Isaiah Evans in that position, he's gonna be calm, cool, and collected. So that is just this awful coaching that coming to play when it's time to win, man. I mean, we talking about Final Four appearance on the line, and you blew a 19-point lead. Then you in the post game you're talking about, oh, I was prepared to call the timeout. We just got to get it inbounded, or we got to get it. What, man? That turnover actually didn't happen in 1 or 2 seconds. It was like I think it was 3-4 seconds that came out the clock at least before the turnover happened. Why you didn't call the timeout at that point? So man, that's why I said for me, John Shire is just giving me so far. He's giving me James Harden as a coach. Great player until it matters most.
You definitely preach to the choir with that statement because again, you're looking at somebody that's not the biggest James Harden fan, and all this praise that people love to give him, and oh, he's this great scorer. And Pat Bev said some dumb shit a few days ago talking about James Harden is a better player than Dwayne Wade. Stop it, not at all. But you're absolutely right. Their lack of experience and their lack of preparation cost them that game because basketball 101 would tell you if you're going to do something like that, you have your best free throw shooters on the court. That's why in certain situations, they always switch. All right, for defense, all right, we're going to bring this person in. All right, we know it's about to be a free throw game. All right, we need you to come on the bench right now because we don't want you even touching this ball and chances are you get fouled. Let's have our best free throw shooters on the court. And unfortunately, like you said, in that backcourt, you had 2 out of the 3 that were horrible. And that was Sarr and that was Cameron Boozer. The only other one that was the good free throw shooter just happened to be the one at half court that held that ball and then tried to throw it over. Like, bro, just hold on to the ball because now they have no choice but to foul you. They have no choice but to foul you. And then go to the line and hopefully you make both. But with the history of Duke, for as long as I've known them, some of these losses in tournaments have been missing free throws when you needed to make them. So I'm almost certain Caden Boozer probably would have made one free throw. I'm not going to say he'd have made both. I think he probably would have made one just off of the nerve aspect. But that was a very, very distasteful loss for Duke. Like that's a loss that's going to haunt them. They better hope they better hope that don't cross over into next year. Because again, you're losing one of the Boozer brothers because Cameron is gone. Obviously, he's not coming back. Do I think Caden leaves too? I don't. I think he should stay for one more year. I
No, he
do
has
because
no choice. Caden's not leaving. I'm going to tell you. Caden,
I would hope
he
not.
did some great things. He did some great things in the last few games. But he wouldn't. I don't think he's a first round draft pick on anybody's board right now. So no, you absolutely don't leave. He has no reason to. You can get money. You got you have money. Your dad is rich.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I go tell you, Caden's not leaving. The two people that we're worried about, and some people are hoping some kind of way will stay. Well, three, I guess, but a lot of people believe Evans is gone as he's projected at the first round. Sawyer and then
I
Big
think he's
Big
going
Pat.
too.
Big Pat. We're hoping that Big Pat some kind of way stays. Uh, but yeah, it's that's one of them losses, man. It's just unbelievable to me. I put on social media, don't call me, and I meant it because you wouldn't have liked what you'd have got from me that night.
I was trying to tell people like when they had the big lead, people on Facebook, oh, it's over. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not over. I'm like, it's
Mm-mm.
not. Like, first of all, it's March Madness. This shit ain't never over. And if we learned anything, I mean, you're a Duke fan, so I know this had to satisfy you. I know this had you licking your chops when Carolina blew their lead in the first round against VCU. I'm quite sure y'all Duke fans were on cloud nine seeing them, chalk that up. So if it's one thing we know about March Madness, the game ain't over until that clock hits 0.00. I don't care what the lead is. All you need is to gain some momentum, and a lot can change. A lot can change. That's the one thing I love about March Madness. I love it.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
All right, so the guys you don't care for, you are gonna watch the ladies one though, right?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. All right, all right. At least give me that. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, talk to me. Who you got winning it all?
Whew. It's tough, man. I think
Yeah,
it's South
yeah, yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, man.
It's South Carolina or UConn for me.
So
Um,
whoever wins that game.
I think the winner of that game probably takes it all. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
I'm actually go ahead, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I think the winner of that game takes it all.
Mm.
And I'm hoping these final four games though is a lot more competitive because they keep talking about how they played, the same four teams played last year, but both of them games were not good.
Yeah, yeah. The national
You
semifinals games
UConn
last year.
beat the
Yeah.
brakes off of South Carolina last year in the same round, final
Who?
four.
No, the national
So
title game. They beat the brakes off them.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
national
So
title game. Yeah, they beat shit down their leg. I was at work like, whoa, I did not expect this.
yeah, so I'm hoping that it's a lot more competitive, but
Mm.
um, for me, like I said, I think South Carolina or UConn takes it. I lean UConn. I just think Sarah Strong. It's just special, man. I don't know who gonna guard
Yes,
her.
indeed. Yes,
Uh,
indeed,
and
man.
she has everything already, man, and can get better with being so young. So I'm looking forward to the women tomorrow.
I couldn't agree with you more. Now that we're connecting now, I can say this. I've been one of those people that have said, for me, that women's college basketball has been the main attraction for college basketball. I want to say for about 5 years now. The men get all the praise, but for me,
Hmm.
from a game standpoint, from a quality standpoint, a product standpoint, women's college basketball has been the main attraction for me. And I think that's where we're going to get with these Final Four games. Because with the men's Final Four, I'm almost certain both of those games, probably one of them is going to be a blowout. And the one I think is going to be the blowout is going to be UConn and Illinois. I think UConn is going to win that. Illinois got their 15 minutes of fame. They're in the Final Four. They're going to enjoy their little moment right now, and UConn's going to beat the brakes off them. But as far as the girls go, I agree. I think the South Carolina UConn game, and I'm offended, honestly, because for me, I think that should be the second game. That shouldn't be the first game. That's the main event game, and they shouldn't be starting at 7. The Texas UCLA game should be the 7 o'clock game, and the UConn South Carolina game should be 9 o'clock. But I'm not in charge, because had that been me, no. That has to be the nightcap. That has to be the headline game. But I agree. Whoever comes out of that wins the whole thing, in my honest opinion. I think whoever wins that. I am rooting for my Lady Huskies. I will say this. If South Carolina, if Tessa Johnson, Raven Johnson, and Latson, if they can gel like they did against Oklahoma, UConn might be in some problems. They might be in some problems because all three of them got to be on the court. Because Joyce Edwards will. But the question is, can those three do it on a consistent basis? Because if so, it's going to be interesting. And I'm almost certain last year is in their head. And if they don't want a repeat of that, they better get with it. Because, again, this is Ravens last year, and I'm almost certain she's not trying to go out like she did last year. I'm almost certain she's not.
Yeah. It comes down for me to also Raven. Is she making shots? Because I expect Gino to still leave her open. Now, she had a much better season this year, best season of her career, shooting the three
Yes,
right
she
at
did.
40%, which bodes well for her going into the pros. If she can keep that up, or even 36, 37%, well, she's able to be a real force because her defense is just elite. But for
Right.
me, I think Gino is going to force her to prove that she can make shots, and if she can, then they will have a chance to beat UConn. Like you said, Latson and Tessa have to do their part as well. But and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Like you said, it should have been the nightcap.
I'm
That's the
telling you,
better,
man.
more decorated matchup. But at the end of the day, the time is 7 p.m. So I'm gonna be tuned in.
Oh, I'll be at work, but I will find a way to watch that game. I'm gonna have that shit on full blast as I'm, cleaning offices and cleaning exam rooms. I'm gonna be tuned in one way or the other. I'll have that shit on my phone, if anything, just in case I can't watch it in its entirety because I'm gonna be too busy working. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for the Final Four. Definitely excited for the Final Four. And as far as UCLA and Texas go, I got Texas winning that. I got Texas winning that. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a blowout, but the crazy thing is, all 8 games they've been 20 plus wins, 20 plus points every game. Do I see them doing that to UCLA? Probably not. But I know those seniors, especially Lauren Betts, I'm sure they're not trying to go home. Right. This is this might be their last game together. I'm not almost certain you want to be getting shit beat down your leg in your last game. So Kiki Rice and Gabriella, I can't pronounce her last name. I know she wears number 11 if I'm not mistaken. They're gonna have to be on the court. They gotta have a well better game than they did against your Duke girls, because they didn't play too well against Duke. And if they have that type of performance, oh yeah, Texas is gonna have another landslide victory if them girls don't be on the court tomorrow night.
I agree.
All right, so we pressing the time that you got to go. So I'm going to just give you one more question. One more. And then I'll get you out of here.
What we got? We got the 3 MVP. We got 2 more questions that we had on the docket. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So we can hit both
Yeah,
of them. We just
you
spend
get
less time. We'll run through the MVP NBA. I want to talk a little bit more in depth about the WNBA. That's my. I think that's
all
the
right.
one you probably was gonna ask me. But yeah, we could go ahead and knock out these next two. I got about 10 more minutes or so. Really, I can go till we're done. But yeah. So let's go ahead and
All right,
knock out
cool. So
both.
the NBA MVP, like who do you have currently as your pick for MVP? Let's see. Let's see if we on the same accord.
For me, man, it's still SGA.
Oh, so we're not on the same accord. Okay.
We're not on the same accord. Okay.
No,
So
no.
I'm gonna give you my case.
Go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that it could go to Wemby. It could go to Jokic. I mean, it's one of those races that's not a landslide. But for me, what SGA is doing, man, when you look at that team, especially the first like 30, 40 games, Jalen Williams hadn't played. I mean, he missed a large portion of the season, second best player on the team. I don't care what people say. Jalen Williams is better than Chet
Oh
for
hell
me.
yeah, yeah.
So, and then they had, I mean, it was not just that though. It was role players in and out the lineup. It's like OKC for the first 30 games, they had three players out every night. It was, I mean, like, Jalen every night and then two other role players, and they didn't miss a beat. What SGA is doing, man, I wrote it down. 32 points a game,
Mm-hmm.
6.5 assists, 4.4 rebounds, and the shooting efficiency, man. Because the thing is in the NBA, a lot of those guys, maybe 20, 30 players, if they were getting up a lot of shots, just a crazy amount of shots, they could put up 30 points a game. They're that gifted. But what is separating SGA with what he's doing is his shooting splits, man. Do you understand how incredible you got to be playing in the National Basketball Association to put up 32 points a game and have shooting splits of 55% from the floor, 38% from three, and 88% from the line? It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter who's out. SGA is gonna show up, man. He gonna ball, and they're still the number one seed. So I would still go with SGA, and I think maybe when I said something about Wemby, you made faces. So I think that's your guy going off of your reaction. I think
Sure
that
is.
I think that you could go with Wemby. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be upset, but I don't think that Wemby was the MVP for the first 55 games for sure. I think Wemby's play has picked up in the last 15 or so.
What's so crazy is, and I did a video about this, I want to say a month ago, where I had my choices for MVP. My choices were actually Cade Cunningham, Wemby, and Jaylen Brown. Those were my three. And it was no knock to SGA because for me, SGA is doing exactly what he did last year. So for me, it's like I'm looking at the teams that improved. They're doing something that nobody expected them to do. And then they have that one person on their team that's been wrecking it the whole year. Now, what's crazy is Cade Cunningham could have been in this conversation. But unfortunately, injuries has taken him out of the MVP conversation because, they got that rule where I think you got to play, 60, 65 games to
65,
even
yep.
be – you got to play like 65 games to even be in contention for an award. He's not even in the convo no more. So for me, that leaves Wemby, SGA, and Jaylen Brown. And the reason why I give it to Wemby, and this may be me being biased as a Spurs fan, but I'm also keeping it a stack. Who in the world thought San Antonio would be where they is right now? As a Spurs fan, I thought we were still in rebuilding mode. So the fact that we're able to be number 2 in the West, I think we've beaten OKC, 4 out of the 5 times we've played them. Granted, I
Three
think
out of
one
four,
of
I
them,
think. 3 out of 4.
SGA didn't play. Wemby, he's not even averaging 30 minutes, and he's doing what he's doing. It's like, yo, how can this young boy not be in the MVP conversation? He's crushing it on offense. Obviously, we know what he does on defense. And again, he's just been killing it. I want to say he's definitely cranked it up since the All-Star break. He's
Right.
definitely cranked it up. He's definitely cranked it up since then. Because even at that time, I still wasn't certain who was the MVP. But now that we almost at the finish line of the season, yeah, I would say that my three choices is Wemby, SGA, and Jaylen Brown. You can't go wrong with either one of them.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Wemby. Like I said, for me, I just don't think he has been as consistent as SGA throughout the season. His defense, yeah, like you said, his defense is elite. And I tell
Top
a friend of
notch.
mine, yeah, I tell
Yeah,
a friend
man.
of mine, man, Wemby, I still think he shoots too many threes sometimes at that size and,
I
frame.
hate that.
So once he puts it all together in about 2 seasons, that's undisputed best player in the world, should be. Um, but yeah, that's why I was still leaning SGA. I think SGA was just consistent this whole year, just dominant, man. I mean, when he has a bad game, when he has 25 and it's on under 50% shooting, I'm surprised. That's how efficient he is every single night, leading them to win. So yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not mad at Wemby, but I was still leaning SGA.
I'm not knocking the SGA thing. I just hate the ghost fouls that this dude gets away with, yo. It's like, come on. Like this dude, like you took like Michael B. Jordan just won an Oscar. That dude should win an Oscar for the way he be acting out crazy, just getting these fouls called. But again, he's now in that position to where he can do that. Like if you're one of the top players in the league, you're gonna be able to get away with that shit. So now he's put himself in position to be a top 3 player in the league. Hell, like last year I had him MVP, and I'm glad he was able to get it because I think what was it? I think it was a year. I think the last MVP Joker won. I actually had SGA winning that year, but they gave it to Jokic. Last year they gave it to SGA. This year I would have no issue with him getting it because he definitely deserves it. But for me, it's like give it to old Wimby, man. Like give it to the young boy. Give it to the young boy. He's definitely earned it. Because again, you're seeing a team that nobody expected to be second seed. And the season ain't over yet. They could still mess around and probably get number one. I don't think they will, but they're still in contention to probably get that number one seed. You gotta reward Wemby and give him that MVP. But I wouldn't be opposed to SGA getting it because, like you said, he's been consistent all year. Like the numbers speak for itself. So I wouldn't, jump on my bed or throw something in my TV if SGA wound up getting it because he definitely deserves it for sure.
Absolutely, man. Let's wrap it up with this last topic, man. What we here
Yeah,
for?
man. Yeah. Gotta close this out with a bang. Okay. And again, like I said, one of the things I appreciate about you is your love for women's basketball. Now, you don't need to give me your age, but just off of the players that you mentioned will let me know if we're close in the same, are we close in age or we're far apart? So this question will let me know that right now. So your top 5 WNBA players of all time and currently. What you got for me?
Well, I'll say this. Do you want me to give you my age? Because it don't matter to me. I don't mind if it's not like,
Yeah, give me it. Yeah, give me it.
yeah, I'm 29, turning big 30,
Okay.
August 31st this year. 30 is on the way. So for
Oh, you a
me,
Virgo?
but I Virgo, yeah, but I don't even think the age thing really matters for me because some would look at it and say, well, yeah, he's only 30. He probably didn't see a lot of my favorite players. You assume I didn't see based off of my age, but I did because I don't know if you've seen me say this, but I became a WNBA fan right around 20 years ago. I don't remember the exact year,
Mm.
but I was 9, 10 years old
Ooh.
watching. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me,
Okay. All right. All right.
my top five, I ain't gonna do it in
All right.
order, but I'm
No,
gonna
no,
give
you
you the
ain't got to give me
five
the order.
names.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
ain't got
give
to
you
give
the
me the order.
five names. It's Lisa Leslie for me, favorite player
Okay.
back then.
You
First favorite
starting
player, I'll say that. First favorite player, Lisa Leslie.
starting off
Um,
right. Starting off right.
just
She's in
dominant,
my
man.
five
Dominant
too.
on both sides of the ball, just an absolute monster. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, like I said, first player that I ever gravitated to because I was a sports fan. Um, Candace Parker,
you
my
talk.
favorite,
You
my
talking.
favorite WNBA player of all time. Just
We are going to get along very well.
yeah, man, just special, special, man. And I think childbirth and injuries may have even cost her a little bit more juice, but just special, man. I was so sick when she announced her retirement.
Oh no, no, no!
Um,
It was time. It was time.
it
It
may have
was
been
time.
time to, but I was still sick because I didn't get. That's one of the players I didn't get a chance to see.
Right.
Where I live, I'm not close to the WNBA. Atlanta's the closest
Mm.
spot to me, so
Right.
I ain't
Right.
just been able to just go to games like that. Here lately, I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to start going to more. But so I never got a chance to see her in person, and that's why I was really sick.
Oh,
But
okay. I
yeah,
got you. I got you.
Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, those are two
Okay.
dominant.
Okay.
Maya Moore for me.
Mm.
Maya Moore just I mean, I don't think people understand how good Maya Moore was at the game of basketball.
Ooh,
Absolute winner,
man.
absolute dog. If she didn't have the off the court, deciding to go down that route,
Hmm. Yes,
if she plays 3 to 4 more years for me, she's the undisputed GOAT. That's how
I
good she
agree.
was and how she was winning. So that's three.
Mm.
For me, it's three names that I could kind of put for one spot. It's
Yeah.
Tamika Catchings for me. I don't think people realize how good Tamika Catchings
Ooh.
was. Both
Oh,
sides of the ball.
yes, sir.
Tamika Catchings, man, she would
Yes,
shut
sir.
your water off. She would turn it off. You couldn't get nothing going against her.
She's very
And I,
underappreciated.
oh yeah, and I respect that. See, a lot of people don't look at both sides of the court, but I do. And so
So do I.
it was a joy. It was a joy to watch Tamika Catchings. So I put her on my top five.
Mm.
And but the two other people that I said honorable mentions, uh, outside of the fifth spot, which I'm gonna give last. The two honorable mentions with Tamika for me was Cheryl Swoops,
Oh.
killer, killer as
Mm.
well. Did it
Mm.
on both sides.
Yes, sir.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Just I mean, absolute monster. And Michael Jordan said she was the female him. And when you look at her play game of basketball, she was an absolute problem. And the other person is Diana Taurasi. I'm not the
Ooh.
biggest fan of her because I just think she's Luca like, and I'm not a big Luca fan like that. I just think offense, 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 scoring. But you can't deny her greatness on that side of the ball. So
Absolutely.
that's why I have those three kind of, there together. I went with Tamika, like I said, because I value defense. Cheryl obviously played defense as well, but I lean
Mm-hmm.
Tamika. And final, the fifth spot, man, it's a young lady by the name of Asia Wilson.
Oh, oh man.
Tw-
Talk.
20,
Talk.
29 years old, I believe. 29 years
Talk.
old. I think the same age as me. And the resume, you need two
She
receipts.
ain't done yet.
You'll need two receipts, and she is not nowhere near done. I
Nowhere
mean,
near
just an
done. As long
absolute. Go
as
ahead.
long as Bam. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
And
know where
then
you're going with that. Yeah, I
yeah.
think I think they'll be. Yeah, I think they're gonna hold off on it. I hope so anyway, because
Bam.
yeah,
Bam. Hold off.
yeah,
Hold off. I
yeah,
know you may have the urge. I don't blame you. Asia Wilson is one fine sister. Fine sister. Lefty gang, the sleeve, the sleeve on the leg. Oh my God, I love it. But Bam, hold off. Not yet.
yeah,
Not yet. We are not done with Asia yet. We need to see
yeah.
more. So, Bam, hold off, man. Trust me. I know it's difficult, but continue to wrap it up, my guy.
Yeah, just to finish that thought, man. Like I said, this Asia Wilson is just special. Like I said, just I mean,
Absolutely.
you can, and the thing about her is she continues to get better. She is not fooled. She does not get satisfied. I mean, every year
No.
you can see that she's adding something. She's getting even better at something. And so, man, I'm just looking forward to seeing her hopefully play, like you said, at least 3 more seasons. I think if we can hold off 3 more seasons when it comes to the childbirth and all that, that we're speculating, then we'll
Yeah.
do good money. If I can get to see
Yeah.
her play 3 more seasons, and just dominate, man, at the way that she is. I think that by the time, like I said, I think that in 3 more seasons, she's going to be the GOAT. And it really won't be no discussion
The,
at
the
that point.
crazy thing is they got her in the convo now,
Yeah, oh,
which I'm
absolutely
not,
in the convo.
which I'm not opposed to her being in it. I mean, you got
Right.
somebody that has 4 league MVPs. Nobody has that. I mean, Lisa Leslie, I believe, has 3. Swoops has 3. Lauren Jackson has 3, but she's the only one that has 4. And then you add those WNBA finals championships as well. And it's not like she's riding the coattails of somebody. She's the focal point of those championships. And she just continues to kill it. Like, she's
Yeah.
clearly the best player in the league. It's not who everybody wants to be the best player in the league because they're trying to force that on us. We're not sold on that. We're not sold on that. You can sell that to the casual fans, but to the
Right.
real WNBA fans, we know the deal and we know who the real best player in the league is. And that would be Miss Asia Wilson's. Listen, your 5 is damn near like mine. Your 5 is, I think probably the only one, because my 5, Candace is my favorite player of all time. Like, I've been obsessed with her ever since watching her for the McDonald's high school basketball back in the day. Like, seeing her in the dunk contest is like, damn, she cute and she got game. Like, yeah. So I go that back with her. So Candace, Lisa Leslie, Asia Wilson, Sue Bird, and then the 5th one is fluid. It can go to Maya Moore. It can go to Diana Taurasi. Yeah, like that 5th spot, that can change. Like, that definitely can change. But those first 3, yeah, Lisa, Candace, Asia, those spots are solidified. And then Sue Bird, me, the greatest point guard in the history of the league, I got to put a point guard in there. So then for the 5th one, I mean, you can flip a coin between Maya Moore and Diana Taurasi.
Okay.
Or Cheryl
Yeah.
Swoops. Or Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops. I definitely can't leave her out. So yeah, you could, flip 2 coins and then see how that go.
Absolutely. Been a lot of great players to play in the league, and I'm just happy, man, that we didn't touch on this, but the I'm happy about the new CBA and where they're growing with the money. Because
Preach, brother.
you deserve to
Preach.
get paid, man. You deserve to get paid, not have to work a second job in the off season, and that in turn, I think that can allow them to be even better because you'll get to get that rest mentally and physically. So
Well,
so stoked about the new uh, deal.
I think I think I think some of the girls, unfortunately, will probably still play overseas, which I would hope they'll stop doing. But I can't stop these women from making a living. I can't. Obviously,
Yeah,
we
well, if
know
you
why
choose
they
to
was.
do it,
Yeah,
yeah,
if
if
you
you
choose to
choose to
do
still
it, then
do it,
have at
but you
it.
were being forced with your WNBA salaries to do something else if you want to,
Right.
real quality life in the past. And I'm not saying that for some that works. Like if you're a fringe player, you know, you barely hanging on to the league. Yeah, you probably need to still
Mm-hmm.
go overseas to make sure you can get your game where it
Right.
needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about for top players, really, like the top 50, maybe top 40 players, top 30 players that were still having to go and do something else, having to because you were making 175 grand, 200 grand. That's changed, and I'm stoked about it.
Yes, it is, man. When I saw those numbers and then saw the difference, I was like, oh, let's go. About time. About
Yeah,
freaking time. And I'm just like you. I'm so happy that these women are now getting what they are deserved. Because of course you got those idiots that say, oh, they trying to get what the men want. No, they're not. That's not what it's about. Because ain't no women in the league getting 10 mil a year. But they should be making millions. There's
Right.
no reason why these women should be going overseas to make that money. They should be getting that at home. And now that they're about to, I'm very excited. Like I'm looking forward to free agency because I can't wait to find out which players is gonna get that max. Because I think
Yeah.
free agency starts. What's today? The 2nd? I think it starts next week. Because I think the expansion draft is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But C Ruff, this was fun. This was definitely fun. And I'm glad you was able to agree to it on short notice. And hopefully soon, we get to link up again and work on some other stuff. But this was definitely a pleasure to have you on the platform. And before we go, it's only right that I let you promote whatever it is that you got, tell people where they can find you, and then we'll get up off this.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you for having me on. Like I said, and yeah, we could definitely try to do something else. Maybe once the WNBA season has started, a little recap of some games or something like that. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
man.
But appreciate you for having me on. I'm a multitude of places. If you're a WNBA fan, like we just got through talking about, and you enjoy their fashion, I created a page uh, called WNBA Fits years ago, uh, and you can follow us there. WNBA Fits 2 underscores. That should be the Instagram handle.
Okay, I'm gonna
Um,
definitely check that out when we're done.
yeah. And then Timeout Sports podcast, Timeout Sports Podcast on YouTube. Recently had an interview with a Lady Ram. You may not know what a Lady Ram is. That's from my HBCU that I graduated from,
Yeah.
WSSU, Winston-Salem State University. They were able to accomplish something great this year, winning their first CIAA tournament championship. And so I sat down with one of those players. Interview is up on there. Like I said, YouTube, Timeout Sports Podcast, and then Facebook, Timeout Sports Podcast. You can follow me there. And then we have Spotify, iTunes, have interviews in the past with former, athletes. Uh, I don't know. I'm going blank on some of the people I've sat down with. They're Armstrong.
Mm.
Talk to a multitude of people. I'm going blank on the people right now. But just go and check us out there. Just check us out on all those platforms if you want to be, tapped in with me and what I'm doing.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna check out that WNBA Fits thing as soon as I get up off of here. I'm definitely gonna check that stuff out and see if there's anything that I can purchase or whatnot. Because the WNBA season about to start, and being that I live in New York, I'm definitely going to be in Barclays a lot to see the Liberty.
Yeah.
So
Well, this
definitely.
page is not me selling anything. This is just posting them in
Oh,
their outfits. So their game
got
day
you.
fashion stuff like that is
Oh,
that's what's on there.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I would definitely love to see those pages because, oh man, like, listen, that's another episode that I could work on, WNBA baddies. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
but yeah, appreciate you, my guy, appreciate you. But it's time for us to bounce up out of here. C Ruff, once again, thank you for joining me. For all of y'all, catch you on the flip side. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, Sportswear with Dray Podcast. Also hit that notification bell so that way once the video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know I dropped the video. Like the video, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend, leave a comment if you want. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sportswear with Dray Podcast. C Ruff, once again, thank you for joining me. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here. Peace.